it's time. You know, it's technically beyond time. It's technically late on time. Technically a little bit late. So we're gonna get after it. Got by the ads. Get got. Okay. Oh, we need all of our we need all of our buckets. So most of this can go up here. Nice, nice. Solid. Bedtime still? There we go. We're back. Is there anything that needs killed? For some hide farming? I don't see anything. We were getting... I should bring some cobblestone with me because it helps a lot. But we were making a lot of really good progress. I just still have to fix some of the areas that no longer have a layer there as of yet. But we'll get after it, you know? We'll make it happen. Cobble. Oh my gosh. Did I just open that chest and the server crashed? It's time to get you. New updates, new crashes. Good thing the server doesn't take very long to restart. Okay. No. Okay, right here. Perfect. Now, I think we might have everything we need. Okay. Did I not successfully go to sleep? How is it still dark out? Hey, Horsebot. Hey, Horsebot. Make fun of chat.
Didn't catch that.
I hate you, Horsebot. I hate you with a burning passion. Hey, Horsebot. Hey, Horsebot. Make fun of chat.
Didn't catch that.
Okay. It hates me. That's fine. Earlier I asked it to make fun of chat, and it told me there wasn't anybody in chat. I was like, well, that's fair. It's true. To Tanaka, how's everything going? How are things? Have you been playing, I'm assuming, the Hytale up to date? Hey, Horsebot. Make fun of chat. Oh, it's...
Didn't catch that.
It's not make fun of. That's why it's not working. Hey, Horsebot. Hey, Horsebot. Bully chat. That's what it is.
Darjali Tanaka picked the worst starting class and is very proud of this decision.
Well, there you go. I thought they, I could be wrong, but I thought they did a really good report on how to fix your mods. I think they released all the information to get a bunch of the mod stuff up and running. So you're crying because your mods were broken. They're easy to fix. I don't know if that sounds accurate. I feel like when creating code and doing other stuff like that, I feel like I reorganize all of the code like 12 times. It's never organized enough. Every time I get to a new achievement, it feels like it needs reorganized. I'm not sure if you're having that exact same issue. Have you been making at least some headway in your updates, or do you still have a lot? Yeah, there's a lobster under the water over here as well. I don't. They must have changed. They must have changed the way stuff spawned, because previously only crabs would spawn over here. Or unless it updated something that got fixed for some reason. We are like 10,000 blocks away from spawn, so it could be a little. The generator might have a little bit of issue. Yeah, the entire time we've been mining this out, I have been going out of my way to look for additional spawns, and there has been nothing but crabs. Nice. Actually, Tanaka, I never asked, what mods do you have? Well, yeah, but like, which ones have you made? Like, what do they do? NPC mounts. Interesting. I feel like there's already um, there's a lot of blocks in the game. Which blocks were you adding? I guess a game like this can never have too many of them. I'm just curious what add-on ones there would be. Fence on half slab. Oh, okay, yeah. there is definitely a limited number of roofs. Oh my goodness. I can't fathom after 6 days that this coastline's actually starting to look like actual ocean. My brain can't comprehend. I do think they, like vanilla, they need to expand out the spells. I think there should be entire like spell books. I think they need to add more staves. Like I think they need an entirely in-depth magical section. Potions, alchemy, like you should be able to, and again this is just me speaking with my familiar with RuneScape, you should be able to like enchant, you know, amulets and stuff like that. Like they need to add it all. It needs to be a fully immersive everything. I know they're technically working on just making the game to start with, but all of those. Ugh. I would love that. Do you actually make the mods for a server? Or is it something you just do personally? That makes sense. Are you guys ever going to launch like an official server? If you guys are making every aspect of some of these mods, are you ever going to release it as a full-fledged hosting server? It definitely adds, I will say, when you start messing around with like the public user base, it definitely becomes hell real quick. I will say that much. Oh, that makes sense. If you wanna use the good parts of it, you gotta come to the server. The best aspect, the newest, shiniest features. That would allow, especially if you had a big enough customer base, that would allow you to test to a wider audience to confirm everything is actually working. But that means you also have to help, like, if somebody stole Timmy's sword, you have to moderate all that nonsense. Someone takes it. That's not yours anymore, it's theirs. We're gonna have to. This is going at such a fanciful rate that we're gonna have to move that portal soon. I expected it to be there for a while. Do you know, Tanaka, if there are any, like, other than I think one's called High Optimize and the other is called... I actually have this up right now. Nitrate Performance. Do you know if there is any other server modding equipment or, like, in Minecraft they have like paper and spigot servers? Do you know if there is a better performance server out there that somebody is either created or provided a mod for? Because I feel like it's pretty sparse at the moment, and this game in a server setting seems to use insane quantities of memory. Okay, alright. As long as I'm not the only one. If you're in a modding scene and you don't know, I don't feel too out of it. Hytale runs really well, it seems like, on the client side, but the moment I put it on a server, it will not give up memory. Yes, it will not give up memory for the life of it. It just won't do it. Like, even if it's not using the memory, it will hold on to it perpetually. I know they're doing everything in Java, but I almost wish that they like had a way to quickly do the server itself in C. But I know that is substantially more complicated and would making modding servers substantially harder. But the performance benefit, I don't know. Even if they could do like the under layer of the server somehow in C and just have like the higher level that people interact with as Java, I'd be okay with that. But so far, the server performance is not great. I feel like I only operate like a 3-4 person server, and I think I have 10 gigs allocated, and it still sometimes runs out of it. I wonder if the server doesn't really need like really fast memory and you could just allocate it a full like 512 gig SSD and just have it run everything in the SSD. Nice. How's it going over here? Whoa. It's actually not going up that high. The ground itself is going to be coming down here. So like once this is complete, all of like the docks and everything are going to lower to this point. Which it'll be, once we get to that point, it'll be a fast process because there's not a lot of hill up there that we really have to dig down here. I've been noticing ever since we installed this mermaid mod that there's just a ton of resources under the water. It's almost easier to mine under the water than it is anywhere else. I did find that, like, I don't even know what it's called, like that desert temple or whatever I found earlier. That had, I probably found 40 to 60 chests in it. So, like, that thing, I got so much loot from it. I got, like, 6 stacks of iron ore, which we needed for the repair kits, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I also found a ton of leather. I almost found a stack of each of the leather types just in all of those chests. Okay. What do you mean level out these blocks in the middle? I can come look. Yeah, we just need to build a temporary platform. And then you can set it on the actual platform. I actually have a lot of blocks on me, so I can probably do all of this. We'll have to dig it back up. That's fine. That's not that big of a deal. Perfect. I wish if it spread water like Minecraft did, this thing would fill it itself in. But it does not do that. We'll get there though. I actually like the look of their cobblestone more than I think I like Minecraft's. I think it's a much more usable block in so many instances. Whether it's like a path or underwater features or like building a castle. Obviously there's actual like stone brick, but I just feel like you can use this cobble for so much. Way better, exactly. Whoa! Highland Z. How's it going? Oh yeah? How's your Benny game server? Uh that makes sense. Oh wow. That's actually dope. I would absolutely be interested in checking it out. Um Unfortunately, once I finish making some headway here. Quebec Wars. What do Quebec Wars entail? Are you just a Quebec person and you just fight? Can you throw Quebecs to your opponents? Do they explode or something? Do they attack them? Interesting. Okay. So it's like what is it called? League of Legends minions, but you're just throwing them at your enemy. That's interesting. That's funny. That actually does sound kind of fascinating. Is your server called Hytale? I would tell you to put in the server address, but the bot would probably get you. Oh, perfect, perfect. Highlandsy, yep. I knew the moment I saw the name that the server itself had to be named that. I will definitely check it out once uh once we get rolling here. I am very interested to experience all of this servers. I'm very excited. I think this game's creating such potential for a massive like community. Similar to how Roblox does it, but in my opinion substantially better. Well, that's all good. I, as long as you're working on it and making progress, that's the important part. Making of it. What's the bigger project? So it's Risk, but in high tail, if I'm understanding that. Interesting. You know what that reminds me of? And I might be dating myself here. That reminds me, there used to be Risk maps on StarCraft. And it reminds me of exactly what you're explaining. Having the actual territories, having tanks and uh, marines and all of that. And obviously, the more land you had, the more of them would spawn. Enterprises. How are enterprises going to work? I don't know that I've seen a Risk game with enterprises. I've seen like Settlers of Catan. Now, are you gonna make the geopolitical server live to the real world? Because that would be hilarious. That is quite a few blocks. How? Um, you have me thinking now, wondering how that's going to scale. Like, that's such a large amount of blocks. How are things... Are you going to be, like, from a very zoomed out perspective? How are you going to be able to see such a wide area of what you can control? Or is it going to be more like a long-term development similar to, like, Foxhole? Tanaka. Hytale map is only limited to 319 right now. I don't know that they have any plans to make it bigger. I just wouldn't be surprised if somebody made a way. Sheesh. He did the, Highland did the StarCraft mechanism, where they created a modded map maker so that it would increase the size or the total units you could put on a map, even though the game had a hard limit. Sheesh, you guys are killing it over there. I didn't realize people were I didn't realize people were getting into Hytale at this level. Are we going to sleep? Question mark. Yeah, they're making a custom server. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. The most I can attest to is that my bot here in Twitch is custom for the most part. That's actually interesting to me too. How, and maybe you can explain it to me like I am a toddler. How can a server convince the client that the build height is higher? Oh, my server just crashed again, because why not? We'll wait on that for a second. I would think that even though the server itself could be overridden. Interesting. Interesting. So it's something that has to constantly up the date. Oh my gosh. This took us back so far. I have to go back to sleep. For now, until you find a way around that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Hytale finds out you guys are trying to do something like that, or they find out that the modding community is doing something like that, and they just implement a way for you to change it. cubic chunks, so they already have it planned. All right. Unfortunately, I have so many questions. Tanaka, can you explain cubic chunks for me? I'd rather not act like I know what you're talking about and just at some point know. Oh snap. Did somebody follow me and I didn't get a notification? "32 by 32 cubes as far as you can see." So it's going to be the Minecraft chunk, but 32 by 32. How? Alright, I feel like I'm losing my mind. How did somebody follow me and I did not get any notification whatsoever? Thank you so much for the high. Thank you so much for the follow, Highland. I really appreciate it. I don't know how you did that under the radar, but you figured it out. So when you say leadership boards, is it gonna be like leadership board forever, like everybody's competing to get the highest amount of points, or is it like in whatever current campaign is happening? Each month. Do you expect, like something like Rust, that at some point that you might have to bring that down to like a week? If I assume if it gets super popular, which I know how much people love the concept of risks, so I kind of would expect it to. Okay, all right. I just feel like that's the type of game that nerds are gonna min-max to the core, and they're just gonna perpetually keep going with it. They're gonna find out how to optimize their flow to get to the highest charts. You're gonna have grandmasters of chess out here. Let's see here. Uh, I don't know. I actually would be, and I'm not even just saying this in my. Okay, I think my server might have already crashed again. No? Okay. I'm not just saying this. I actually would really like to play. I miss being able to play those like StarCraft style Frisk games. I found them super interesting. I would love to play something like that. here. Alright. Let's look at the map. Yeah. Map is slowly looking like we're actually accomplishing something. Okay. You know, the mod that I haven't fully seen yet, that I'm actually really holding my breath out for, is my absolute all-time favorite mod from Minecraft was Tinker's Construct. And I am waiting for somebody to remake the concept of the of making the actual smelter and being able to pour out your like ingots and weapons and everything. We need both of them. I would be happy to go with both of them, but I need those ores to be pouring out. I need to have the full smelter. You know how they say pour some out for one's homies. It's the exact same thing when it comes to ingots. And I would also be happy if it was create mod combined with Tinkers. I don't need every aspect of Tinkers. I just feel like Tinkers by far did a better way of ore management and ore utilization than anything else. Honestly, I personally think it should be vanilla in the game, but that's neither here nor there. I don't even mind if it's like a higher end item that like people can still smelt stuff in the lower end stuff and you have to like work your way up to it because it's more, it optimizes how much more ore you can or how much more ingots you can get out of each ore. I'd be completely fine with that. Even if it was only like, I don't know, 0.25% more per ore. But you're right. There's a lot of these mods that we really need to implement. And I think people are going to implement. I'm just not sure how fast. I'm not sure how complicated the original like create mod was to put in Minecraft. I feel like Hytale is much more friendly for those. I'm just not sure the level of effort required for something that extensive. I feel like you not only have to be a modding nerd and a bit of a programming nerd, but you also kind of have to be a nerd when it comes to like torque and pressure and all kinds of stuff. I did not know that was a thing. Do you think, and I'm not sure if you heard, do you expect that Create might find its way natively into the game? Maybe not the full Create as we remember it, but like the concept of what it is? Perfect. I'm happy with that. Well, as they're implementing that, they can just implement me a large smelter. I don't need all the fancy aspects of it. I don't need to be able to combine like a slime ball with a rod to like do magic. I just need to be able to create a large smelter where I can put ores in and pour them out. That's it. That's all I want. I know, I do feel like Create did a better job of not overdoing it with the survival gameplay. I feel like there were a lot of Minecraft mods that would just give you the sun, and you would just get ahead super fast for no reason, and I feel like Create still made it in a way that it still felt like you were playing a survival vanilla almost. Which that's what I loved about Tinkers as well, is that the base concept of Tinkers was very vanilla friendly. It didn't feel like you were doing anything strenuous. I would love to have it almost like the way they do it on RuneScape, where you can only really smelt in furnaces like the lower end ores, maybe like copper, tin, and then maybe be able to make bronze, and then you have to like start using coal in a higher temperature smelter in order to get the higher end stuff. That's how it honestly should be. Well, Tanaka, you let me know when you have Create fully in. You found a stuck shark. I wonder if it like spawned over there. I'm assuming you're over here somewhere. I don't actually know. Nope, you're not there. Are you over here? Yep. He's fallen and he can't get up. He's trying. I don't can you... you have to be careful when digging near him because you accidentally hit him. Hey, Horsebot. Clip that.
Clipping that.
I don't think he's stuck. I think he might just be having a mental breakdown. Oh, wait, no. He was fixed. He's still a little confused. I guess this is just where he lives now? Hey, Horsebot. Clip that.
Clipping that.
Okay, well, I guess this is just where he lives now. I tried. He's not interested in leaving. These jellyfish are making all kinds of noises. I've never heard them do that before. Okay. Well, there you go. You can't hear it? It's possible. I did turn my there was an option in the settings for audio. There's an experimental option, occlusion and diffraction, and I turned it up to high. I don't know if that's the reason I can hear it differently, but I found that setting earlier and I was curious what high occlusion sounded like. Jellies. Where's the where's my soundboard?
Jellies. Jellies.
I don't even know if that's
Jellies.
it is. Okay. There you go. Jellies.
cuckoo-ca-choo, they find their way back to the big old blue.
If you were wondering. What was the other mod I saw? There was a mod in the showcase I saw for, and unfortunately I don't remember what the Minecraft equivalent mod was, but for, buildings, like, building your own civilization inside of Hytale, where you, like, have the prefab buildings, and you have to collect the resources when you put them down, and you create your own town, and then you get, like, you know, NPCs who start to do the mining and stuff like that. I was also really looking forward to that one, but from the trailer, it looked like it needed more stuff added. It's probably actually super easy to make that in Hytale, because Hytale already has prefab everything. Man, I broke it. Okay. It's actually a good test to see how far under the water we can actually see. Looks like most areas by the coast you can see everything under the water on the map except for the deepest areas. We honestly may not really need to clean up much of it because it looks like the main underwater areas aren't all sand anyway. So we probably just need to put like patches of sand, and there may already be patches as we start digging all of this in. I was looking at the iron farms earlier in vanilla, and there is not a lot of options out there. There's only one potential that I saw in it. It was in no way automated, and it was in no way fast. The game is definitely built around a concept of you needing to adventure to acquire all of your resources. Maybe once that that bit of create mod is fully added, everything will fall into place. If it's easier for you, let me know. We can go sleep. Ugh. I love how reliable that is now. I love that it's not like I'm not constantly needing to question it. Squidward tortellini. I was hoping to see one of those advertising bots in here. I want to see if Forcebot handles it. Nice, nice. I went the wrong way. Here we go. I almost feel like based on the size of ships that Port Sarum docks here, I think we're gonna need deeper water here. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Maybe it's something that once we at least get the water in, I'll put on hold for a while I build out Port Sarum. I really want to finish building the basic structures in Port Sarum so people actually understand what they're looking at while I'm making everything. A real nerd will know. However, if I don't show the depth on screen until I'm ready to fix it, a real nerd will never know. It'll be our secret. Because on the mini-map, the depths look the same. So as long as I don't swim into it, they'll never know. Apparently I broke this somehow. There we go. And, Tanaka, there can be no snitching. Well, that's fair. If I'm honest, I don't think I would wish a RuneScape addiction on anyone because there are portions of your life you're never gonna get back, and they probably shouldn't have went to RuneScape. You probably shouldn't have dedicated that many hours of your life to what you're doing in that game. How was your Tanaka? Were you ever able to play classic WoW with your friend the other day? I was just curious if you successfully convinced your friend into playing with you. I know it was still a little bit up in the air. You always say that playing with friends on WoW is more fun, so I was curious if you actually got a more friend situation. Oh, I didn't say force. Yeah, I was just curious if you convinced, if you will. I probably shouldn't use the words entice or coerce. Sheesh. Sag. You can be Sag in chat, just make sure you're not Sag farming. That's not allowed. Sag for chat. I'm astonished this area hasn't run out of water yet. I feel like I've just been placing it nonstop. What did you do? Ugh. It's a fox. Oh. You unlocked one of the emotes. This is the real... That's my favorite one. But that fox fits. You both unlocked it. Jeez. Wait, you guys unlocked all of them? Certified chestnut moment. That's right. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Tanaka usually sits in here. I really like those animals. There's a pig. There's a toad. There's some dragons as well. Oh, I do have all of them on there. It is, whoever made that emote did it very well. The fact that the dog looks like it's running up, but all they did was zoom it in. Well, my little secret shortcut until I potentially generate enough money to have somebody do it for me is I went on itch.io and I found people selling like 2D assets for like nothing. There was one person who sold me like a bunch of packs of like this beer there that's from like a medieval like potions and food and all kinds of stuff pack for like $1.50. Yeah, but I feel like I'm happy I purchased most of them, even though I don't regularly stream, because now I have permission to use them for anything, and I just have this random collection of medieval icons. Oh, that makes sense. I don't want to say I cheated a little bit, because I didn't technically cheat, but I still was Twitch, what is it, affiliated from like 5 years ago. So I still had the ability to do all of this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I would just keep your eye out. Like I said, some of them go on sale, and they just seem like really nice ones, honestly. You could never be a Twitch streamer? Why? I can just put it in the chat. It's where game devs, like indie game devs, like share and sell assets and sounds and all kinds of stuff that they would use for games. So I just needed the actual icons. Some of them listed as like 2D, like pixel art, and that also in some instances worked. I'm also completely happy to give some like random guy who made like, I don't know, over 100 different pixel art medieval stuff. I'm completely happy if he's asking for $1.50. I'll give somebody like that $1.50 all day. My coup Monday. Hey, Horsespot. Bully chat.
S4 and IH33KS takes the lift for 1 floor and makes eye contact with nobody.
Alright, that one didn't feel as hurtful. Hey, Horsespot. Bully chat.
S4 and IH33KS has 300 hours in the game and still asks what to do next.
Horsespot's got you pegged. Listen, if it keeps ending in a draw, are you really losing? Ouch. That one feels like it hurts a little. I feel like that one hurt me a little, and there's no reason it should, but it hurt a little. I don't know. I know I shouldn't be I shouldn't feel personally attacked by the chocolate teapot one. I'm just not sure how to not feel attacked by it. Ouch. Keep them coming. I know you guys have more. Hey, Horsepot. Bully chat.
Blip the Fox has a setup worth $3,000 and still drops frames.
Ouch. I wish too. I don't know anybody that has that much. I don't think I know anybody personally in at least in my life that has that much invested in a setup. In this economy? Come on. I can't tell if you're suggesting, Tanaka, that your old setup was cheaper than your current one, or your old setup was more expensive than your current one. It feels like you're suggesting that it was cheaper. Actually, I got my computer for free, thank you. I'll have you know I didn't pay a cent for it. I'll let you figure that out. Well, you could just tell me, Tanaka, was the Horsepot talking to you rather than Fox in that situation? Oh my gosh. My favorite computers are those older ThinkPad computers. My absolute favorite. If I buy a laptop these days, it is coming used on eBay, and it is a ThinkPad computer every time. I will not spend more than, I think, probably $150 on a laptop. It's coming used off eBay every single time. Except, okay. In fairness, except if I had enough money for a framework laptop, I absolutely would. I would pay the extra for that specific laptop. I just feel like everybody I know that's bought an expensive laptop or invested money into a laptop ends up seriously regretting it when, like, its GPU fan stops working, or something cracks the motherboard, or they spill chocolate milk in the keyboard. You know, any number of things. Though I will say, if you get the higher end laptops, you don't really have to worry about having, you don't have to worry about having hair on your legs, because those higher end graphics GPUs and laptops will just burn your hair right off. It's like free laser hair removal. Okay, have fun lurking. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Until next time. Oh, jeez. Gotta go heal your tank. I think they finally added gravity. Or wait, it's possible these blocks always had it. Ah! Oh, jeez. I did not realize I am right up against the portal. If I mine under the portal, does it go away? I wonder if we can just have it floating here. I think we can. Okay, it's staying there then. Oddly enough, we learned that I think yesterday or the day before. Lurk for real this time. I'm gonna add a lurk command just for you. Just manual breathing. The mini map hasn't updated in a while. I need it to catch up to where we are. Just because I want to watch it all happen. Perfect. Get dark out. Let's see here. Still hasn't updated. Maybe if I go through the portal and come back through. Nope, still hasn't updated. Alright. There should now be alert command. Oh, I can't spell worth anything. And an unalert command. Oh, my inventory's full. Should go empty that out real quick. We can sleep while we're at it too. Wonder bar, wonder bar, wonder bar. Oh, that's gold. There we go. There's the gold there. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. There we go. Forgot to go to bed. Ugh. My sister perpetually surrounds my bed with bear traps, and it's perpetually dangerous. Has this updated? Oh, it has. Look at that. We got a little chunk of our bay cut out there. Oop, this is gonna work out. It was not. I was not prepped for a field expedition. Actually, this is close enough at this point. It might be faster. It is. Oh, crashed the server. Standard operating procedure. Luckily, the server comes back very quickly. Gotta go to sleep again. I've noticed that between server crashes, it always seems to correlate close to whenever we need to go to bed, and it always reverts the time of day, which is interesting. Not really sure why that is, but it is. Yeah, I'm gonna wait here a second before going through the portal to make sure it syncs up. That way, if it crashes again, I don't have to go to bed again. I'm gonna find a quote from the end of Portal 2. How did we crash again? What the devil is going on here? We back? Please still be daytime. Please still be daytime. How does this hate me this much? Alright. I'm gonna stand here for a second. I'm gonna check the server log. I'm gonna go through. There's no crash currently happening. Okay. Go through. I do not see a server crash. I'm gonna go to bed. Still no server crash at the moment. Jump out of bed. Alright. I'm gonna let it sync up for a second. I'm gonna test the command.
And then you showed up, you dangerous, mute, lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go.
That is perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go through this portal while I'm watching. There's still no server crash. I'm not crazy here. Okay. Still no server crash. Okay. Server's still running. Server's still working at the moment. I don't know why it was crashing so much, but it was grumpy. these rows I'm working on are getting bigger and bigger. It's taking quite a few more trips to complete one. I broke that. I never realized it before, but I feel like for some of the areas we mined out, it would have went a lot faster if we mined under the sand and the rubble. I did not realize they fell the way that they do. I feel like we had a lot of wasted time on that. I feel like it's about that time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail, if you know what I mean. I thank you guys so much for showing up, hanging out, talking, lurking, hassling me, listening to my antics, watching my nonsense, and just all around being good humans. I'm going to have GLaDOS talk to you one more time, because this is how I feel.
And then you showed up, you dangerous, mute, lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go.
There you go. So just go. I'll bid you guys good night.